All right. So thank you for watching. Welcome. Bienvenidos si están viendo. Gracias por ver. And I'm just working on getting a bottle of peach set up and clean. But here we'll start with the usual stuff. Here are the images we're going to be using for today. So aquí están las imágenes que vamos a usar por hoy. Igual como siempre, estas imágenes están abajo en la descripción. Son completamente gratis para usar, para bajar. Y ustedes las pueden bajar y usar en casa. Voy a estar usando Frisket, que también está link en la descripción. So I'm going to be painting using Frisket today. And as always, there's links down in the description showing these images. They're free to download, free to use. There's a link for the Frisket, which is not free, but if you use the link to buy the Frisket, it helps the channel out, it helps bring you out more videos like this. There's also a link to the airbrush I'll be using, or airbrushes I'll be using, as well as the paint and everything you need to do this exercise. So abajo en la descripción también van a hallar el link para el aerografo que voy a estar usando, y también la pintura. Y todo lo que van a necesitar para hacer este ejercicio está abajo en la descripción. Eso sí, lo que tenemos aquí. So here I have it cut out and pasted. So aquí ya lo tengo dibujado y recortado sobre nuestro material aquí, sobre nuestro Frisket. Y estoy pintando sobre un panel liso, so I'm painting over some thanks Pete. So I'm painting over some watercolor board today, which is kind of slick, but it's kind of absorbent. So if you want to get something like that, or you could, this exercise will pretty much work on anything that you could place the Frisket on and it'll stick. The Frisket sticks really good to stuff that's flat, so anyway, starting here, I'm going to start off with some black. So voy a empezar con negro. I'm going to take certain pieces off here. So aquí voy a empezar por quitar ciertas piezas. And I'm just trying to find my blade. I've been trying to clean out this peach bottle for a minute. So I'm going to take off these lines here. So voy a empezar con estas líneas de aquí. And everything that's black, I'm pretty sure we can take it off and not have to worry about sticking back on. I don't know if this is cut or not. I don't think so. So voy a empezar con estas partes de aquí. Y todo lo que sea negro se me hace que lo podemos quitar y no tenemos que preocupar de reemplazarlo, so lo podemos hacer a un lado. Alright, so everything that's black, I don't think we're going to really need it, so you could set it off to the side if you want. So we got those, we got the eyes, so vamos a quitar esos, quitar los ojos. Right. We got this eyebrow piece right here, so la ceja también. And again, I have videos for beginners. This is kind of like if you're a little more advanced, if you're comfortable with your freehand skills now, you're able to make good lines and shadows, and you know what your how far you got to be and stuff, then you're set for making these, and they won't take you very long at all. So we're gonna take off all his hair. So aquí vamos a quitar el pelo, and I'm just trying to be careful not to just rip it, right? I don't want to just rip it. We might need it. I don't think we will need it, but we might. You never know. But it's good to just keep it. I forgot to cut this right here. And this Frisket's really easy to cut, so you don't have to worry about it being hard to cut or anything like that. You just put that aside. So, you know, nomás estoy teniendo cuidado de no romperlo, por si acaso que lo vayamos a necesitar. So voy a quitar el pelo, los ojos, esta parte de la boca aquí. Alright, so I'm gonna take this piece of the mouth off. This little the nostril. And where's my phone? And this bands on his arms, right? So voy a quitar todas estas partes negras. Aquí también estas aquí sobre sus hombros, estos pedazos. Alright, so these pieces here on his arms. Like I said, I don't think we'll need any of these again, but it's always good to just keep it and save it to the side because you never know. Alright, so no creo que vayamos a necesitar todas estas partes negras otra vez, pero es muy bueno de nomás tomarlas y ponerlas a un lado por si acaso que se requieran, ¿verdad? Getting this piece off. Last but not least, this piece here. There you go. And so we're going to start off with the black, and we're going to fill all those pieces in. So aquí ya empezando con negro, vamos a pasar aquí. And we're just going to kind of fill those in. And you can go ahead and fill them in really good. Eso los vamos a rellenar. Y los pueden rellenar muy bien. No tienen que ser cuidadosamente. Just rellenenlos muy bien. Just take your time, fill those in. Right, fill that eyebrow in, that eye, the nose. Fill this whole thing in. And we could just go ahead and fill the whole thing in real nice. Same thing on the other side. Alright, we got that all filled in. So here's where I'm going to start. I want to start with the darkest colors, right? So I'm going to start off with brown, and I'm going to start by doing his fingers, and I'm going to start off with the farthest finger, which is this thumb right here. Right, so voy a empezar con café, and I'm just using light brown for today. So voy a hacer café ligero, light brown, de Createx. Y nomás le voy a dar a esta orillita aquí con un poco de light brown, y le voy a seguir con un poco de negro, nomás ligeramente sobre la orilla. So I'm just gonna hit that edge real closely with the black. See, bam, just on the edge of that brown. And that's just gonna give us a separation of the fingers there, right? And you can't really see these fingers in the picture. They're really blurred out, so we're just kind of making this part up, but you know, we still want to get some of that to look pretty good. So we're going to take off the rest of his hand here. So en la foto esta parte de aquí no se ve muy bien, ¿verdad? Se ve medio borroso, pero aquí nomás usando la imaginación le vamos a dar forma. Alright, so I'm just taking a little light brown. I'm just kind of using my imagination to kind of guesstimate what I think the finger would look like right there, what the fingers would look like. And give me 1 sec. Okay, sorry about that. But we're gonna go ahead and take off the rest of his arm here. Right? We do want to leave behind the part that is the nunchuck here, so leave that back. I don't want to take that off. So aquí quitando esta mano aquí, ¿verdad? Y usando el café, vamos a regresar. Vamos a dar una área de café aquí, igual usando la imaginación. So we're just using our imagination a little bit right here, building this piece up, this hand, because you can't really see it in the picture, right? So we're going to take our curve set here. We're going to give a little edge to that finger there, as well as the nunchuck. And you can kind of see that in the picture, but not too well. But we also want to take and outline the finger a little bit. A little bit of black. Same thing with the other finger. So usando la curva y un poco de negro le vamos a dar forma a los dedos. Y como por ahorita nomás estoy usando el light brown, el café, ¿verdad? No le estoy dando con color todavía. Todo lo que estamos haciendo es haciendo una base, ¿verdad? So I'm going to start off again with the farthest finger. I'm going to peel it back. So con el dedo más alejado voy a sacarle y le voy a sacar el dedo para abajo, ¿verdad? Y luego le voy a dar sombra con el café. Y igual aquí usando la referencia lo mejor que puedan. Denle un poco de detalle. So using the reference picture as best you can, just kind of use your imagination, because even this finger is really blurry. You know, this whole hand is moving. But I don't want to make it blurry. I kind of want to make it a little bit defined. So just use your imagination. You know, obviously you can see what's in the picture. It's a little fingernail there. He has like some wrinkles. And all we're doing is using the stencil as a guide, right? Using this frisket as a guide right here. So just do one finger at a time. Right. And this finger right here, we're just gonna come right down the middle right here. So este dedo aquí, nomás le vamos a dar aquí en el medio, ¿verdad? No le vamos a dar sobre las orillas. So we're not gonna hit these edges on this finger. We're gonna build up, maybe he has some wrinkles here on his bend, and he has a shadow on going down right down the middle, right? We're not gonna hit the edges with this brown. Bam. Then we just go ahead and take the rest of those off. So ya aquí ya podemos quitar lo demás de los dedos. Poner eso a un lado, right? So we might need this. Save it, put it to the side. You don't know. Actually, I'm gonna save that one too. But again, we're gonna just work on this finger. Same thing, but we're gonna kind of move over a little bit closer to that side. All right. It's just a little light brown, just little details right up in there. Then we're gonna come off. He has his knuckles coming in here. All right. Build those in. Aquí ya tiene sus aquí es para dar trompos aquí. So le vamos a dar forma. Right. And then maybe a little bit on that edge right there. And it's transparent, so you don't have to worry about it going over the black. Y estamos usando café transparente, so no tenemos que preocuparnos de que se vaya sobre el negro. Igual vamos a quitar lo demás de la mano, so we take off the rest of the hand there, put it aside, and we're gonna start building up all this. So for here, I'm gonna take our big curve, right? And there's quite a few muscles here that he has kind of bulging out. So we're gonna take our curve here. Right, and I'm not just using the curve, I'm coming off of the curve, right? I'm using just that edge, but then also taking it all the way through, right? So just building up that little edge right there, and then taking it all the way over. Alright, and then we have another one kind of coming in this way. So, usando la orilla y luego, pero sacateándola hasta afuera, ¿verdad? No nomás un poquito. Síganle la línea hasta afuera para que siga el músculo ahí. Y luego agreguenle forma. Aquí ya, si se pueden acercar a su foto para sacarle detalles. So this is where you start really looking real close at that picture. Start pulling out some details. Start noticing the bends in his muscles and stuff. And you don't want to go too heavy with the brown because Bruce Lee is not brown. He is more of a peach color, so that's what we're going to be doing, right? But again, you want to build what you see. So we have all these, you see these muscles kind of coming in. And we're going to move up over here towards his wrist. So aquí haciéndole sobre hasta la mano, ¿verdad? Agregando esos músculos y los detalles. Las venas que se ven. Start building all those veins you see and stuff in there. And then here's the shadow. Right, so there's a really hard shadow here from the nunchucks. So aquí hay una sombra de su arma que lleva. ¿Verdad? Y luego tenemos todas las dobladuras de su dedo, ¿verdad? Grande de aquí. Aquí usando la referencia y un poco de imaginación, le vamos haciendo forma. So right here, you just use your imagination a little bit and the reference together to start doing a little bit of shape, a little bit of definition. So we have all that coming in. We're going to take our black at this point and we're going to highlight that shadow right there coming off of the nunchuck. So aquí usando el negro, en este punto le vamos a agregar la sombra que viene saliendo aquí de su arma, ¿verdad? Y más rápidamente, ligeramente, ¿verdad? And the reason we want to add it now is because when we add the peach over it, we want it to create that nice overlay, and then we'll hit it again and it'll create this nice deep shadow, right? So la razón que le ponemos ahorita es que cuando le agreguemos el color secundario se va a cubrir, ¿verdad? Un poco, y luego cuando le agreguemos la orilla otra vez va a resaltar la sombra un poco más, ¿verdad? So aquí llegando a su cuello vamos a quitar esta parte de abajo. Right, so we're getting to his neck and we're going to start by taking off this weird looking piece, and this piece I know we won't need, so we could just set that off and take off this little piece right here. So estos pedazos de aquí yo sé que ya no los vamos a necesitar, so estos pedazos los pueden tirar en cuanto que los quiten. Sí los pueden quitar. This tiny little piece is fighting me. I'm also trying not to rip the watercolor board, so. Alright, we have those pieces like that. And yeah, we have those pieces on his chin here. I almost forgot. But wait, let's leave his chin for a second. We're gonna hit all these with brown. And we're just gonna go ahead and fill all those in. So le vamos aquí, ya le vamos a rellenar esos con negro, con café. Ya, le vamos a dar esa orilla muy bien. Right, so then right here we start hitting this edge real good. You see in the reference picture that it's pretty well defined. So hit that edge real good. And we're going to come back in with a little bit of black. So aquí vamos a regresar con un poco de negro y le vamos a dar esta orilla aquí y sobre la orilla de su. And we're just going to take black and hit that edge right there, just like you see in the picture. Now we take off his chin. So aquí ya podemos quitar esta partecita, and we're going to hit that with brown. Y le vamos a dar café a esa área de ahí. Just a quick little pass. We can take off the rest of his neck. So aquí ya podemos quitar lo demás de su cuello. Right? We can take all that off. Including this piece. And what we're gonna do is come in with the brown and start building in those details that you see around his neck here. So aquí ya usando el café, vamos a empezar a leer los detalles que se ven sobre el cuello. So just gonna move this over so I can see. And we kind of have this shadow going here, right? He has the shadow coming this way. So this is where the reference comes in handy, right? And we just start building up those tones that you see in the reference. And then he has more kind of coming off of his hair there. And just work it in a little bit, not too much. Then we start here with his face. So ya aquí ya podemos empezar con su cara. Right, we're gonna go ahead and take off everything. Or actually, no. Before we do any of that, we're gonna start with his lips. Antes de empezar con la cara, vamos a empezar con sus labios. So vamos a quitar los labios. Se me olvidaron los labios. Right, and all I'm gonna do is take a little bit of light brown, and I'm gonna use my stencil here. And see that edge there? I'm gonna kind of put that edge there. I'm gonna hit that with brown. And we're gonna build up that lip color, but I'm just gonna lay brown to create that shadow that we have there. Right, and then I'm gonna hit that bottom edge with brown. Right, so just a little bit, not too crazy. Now we can take that off. Right, make sure we leave the eyes behind. So ten seguros de dejar los ojos atrás. Right, the eyes should be cut out right here. And they should be staying behind. Okay, there's one, there's two. All right. And you see that piece there? We're gonna leave that piece for just a sec. We're gonna come back in with a little bit of black right here, right on this edge of this. And we're just gonna hit a little bit of black right on the edge. And that's for his eyebrow. Take off the dry tip. And hit that edge. Just a little bit of brown. And black right there. Right there, we can take that one off. And that's just to show where the eyebrow goes. So right, once we have all that, we come with our number one and some brown, and we're gonna start off with his nose here. Right, I'm gonna come back in with this one, and we're just gonna hit that edge real quick. Bam. I'm gonna take this other edge here, just like that. Bam. Right. And then I'm gonna take this one. Here. You see that edge there. Gonna line it up. And hit that edge. Bam. Right. And the more we add, it's gonna. Oh, look at that eye already came off. Ugh. Oh well. I'll fix it. But anyway, we're gonna come back in and come in off the hair. Get a little shadow off the hair. So vamos a dar la sombra de que se ve sobre el pelo. Y luego aquí ya le damos forma a esta área de la cara. Right, so now here we come in on this side of the face. And start building up what you see in the reference picture, right? So start coming in here. Really want to get in there and give his face a little detail. But again, you want to be really light with the brown. You don't want to go heavy because we are going to come back and build up more. We just need to have the good base So, no le den muy oscuro con el café, ¿verdad? Porque Bruce Lee no es café, él es más color peach. So, le vamos a dar aquí forma usando la referencia, los detalles que se pueden ver, ¿verdad? Le vamos a empezar a dar forma. And all I'm doing is using the reference picture to really kind of start building up those areas that I see. This one here. I'm just gonna hit a little black right there under the lip. Just like that. And maybe just a little black on the lip. Right. Maybe a little black over his eyes. Poniéndole un poco de negro sobre los ojos. And we're just really building up the picture the way we see it, right? Do his eyebrow in there, get it free-handed in. We're probably going to have to go back over these because we're going to add peach. But it's good to have a base layer there so you know what's happening, right? So, put free handles in there as best as you can. Take some gray. So aquí vamos a tomar un poco de gris y le vamos a dar donde va su barba, right? So anywhere Bruce Lee had you know, shaved his face, we're gonna kind of come back in, and the light brown and the gray together really kind of builds up those aftershave kind of tones. So that's what we're doing. Bruce Lee did have facial hair, right? So you gotta kind of build that up, and you can see it kind of goes a little this way. Be careful not to go too heavy. Right, bam. I'm just gonna throw a little bit right here in his ear. Cool. And at this point, we're gonna switch to the peach. Y aquí vamos a cambiar el color peach y le vamos a empezar a dar sobre el color café y sobre el color negro, ¿verdad? So we're going to start hitting the peach over the brown and the black that we just painted. I have to put my peach together real quick. Right, and I'm just going to start here, but all we got to do is kind of really lay it over all the areas. Obviously, if you see in the picture it's white in that area, you want to leave it. But you really want to overlay this kind of over all the brown and over all the black. And what we're going to do is come back in with some white and really cut in those highlights. So aquí con el color peach vamos a empezar a rellenarle. Y la verdad que le queremos rellenar casi toda la foto, ¿verdad? Porque lo que vamos a hacer es regresar con el blanco y le vamos a empezar a dar esos detalles que tiene sobre su cara, ¿verdad? Y es peach transparente, o sea, no tienen que preocuparse que les vaya a cubrir el negro o nada así. Okay, and we're gonna hit all this arm over here too. que vamos a quitar la mano. Y obviamente si ustedes ven en la foto que esa área es medio blanca, no le den tanto con el peach, ¿no? Pero si ustedes ven que ahí hay color de piel, denle con el peach, porque el peach y el café cuando combinan se va a ver muy como el color de piel, ¿verdad? Y estas áreas nomás les voy a dar rápidamente, ya que no tienen mucho detalle, ¿verdad? Right. Hit that all in with the peach. Pretty simple. So at this particular point we want to come back in with the gray. So aquí vamos a cambiar al gris otra vez. Le vamos a dar detalle. Right, so we want to just detail some of those areas out and really bring back the gray a little bit in some of those spots. Right. So nomás le queremos resaltar el gris sobre unas áreas. Nice and close on some of these spots here. If you want to kind of outline his head with the peach, that's fine. I mean with the gray, and really bring out some of those shadows, laying the gray in there. You can really see it changes it up just enough to make it look more like shadows from the lights and stuff, and it's combining it all together to really give you a really good skin looking. And again, use the reference. If you see parts in your reference that are darker or that need a little bit of touching, you know, add all that in right now, because it'll be easier if you do it now than you do it later, right? So you add all that detail in there. So ya aquí ya si ven detalles sobre su referencia que ustedes no han puesto, esto es un buen momento para regresar a hacer su sombra sobre su pelo y todo eso, ¿verdad? Right, so now is a good time to add all the little details you see that you can't really, it's hard to get in there. If you're good at your freehand, you know, you could get in there, add some details. And on his arm here, I don't believe there's much, but there is some. So I'm just gonna hit a little bit on this edge, right here. And on that muscle that we brought back out, I'm gonna bring it out even just a little bit more. You see that? And then coming off the edge too. Bring those muscles out. And then he has a little vein here. Oh, bring out that vein. And I'm kind of sticking to this left side of his hand here to try to make it look like it's round, like his arm is round, right? So I want to create one dark side and one light side and a light bend around it. Bring out his knuckles a little bit. So ya le sacamos detalle aquí un poco a la mano. And if you want to bring in your curve here, just move your fingers out just a tad. Same thing up here. Maybe you want to add some details using the gray. Can't really tell what's going on, but I'm gonna make it up, right? Put that edge right there. Bam. Now we're gonna come back in with a little bit of white, and I want to just do it now because it'll make it just a little bit easier. And we're gonna leave the edge, right? I'm not going to do any color on the background. I want the background to be white, so we're not going to do anything along the edge. We want this peach to really stick out on the edge. But everything that's not on the edge, right, like this muscle here, You can come back in, you can highlight it. So maybe that. Highlight that little vein there. Right. You don't have to do too much on his hands here. But just throw a little bit in there just to make the eye look that way, you know. Coming down on his face. And this is where probably it's going to take the most work. Use your curve anywhere you have troubles. You see, you're bringing those light areas, and it's going to really start bringing out his face. Give him his mouth right there. Underneath the chin here, he has a little highlight going on right there. Yeah, some sweat, like some glistening sweat right here. And I'm just gonna build it like you see it in the picture. Use your reference as best as you can. This is where your freehand's really going to pay off, right? Highlight his nose there. A little bit around this side. Go. And I'm going to take off his eyes at this point. I would usually leave this to the very end, but because we already lost this one eye here, I think we need to do it now so that we can fix it now. So I'm going to take a little bit of white and I'm going to rebuild this eye over here that fell. So voy a tomar un poco de blanco aquí, voy a rellenar este ojo que se cayó. I'm just gonna hit that in real quick fast. I'm just gonna come back in with a little bit of black. Get it really fine. I'm just gonna hit that top edge. Bam. I don't want to be too crazy with it. Maybe you want to re-hit his eyebrows there too so they match. So they're nice and dark. Right. Bam. And there you go. We got pretty much all his, or actually we need to do his neck with the white. So aquí ya regresando al cuello con el blanco. Oh, hello everybody. Paris D, how's it going? You don't know how to press lines and dots. You use the lines to draw the design. You use the dagger strokes to shade it in. And you go from there. Where do you get the stencil material? There's a link down in the description for your stencil material. Hello from Brazil, Posuido. How's it going everybody? Ed29, hola, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenidos todos. Thank you everybody for watching. So again, we're just moving on to the neck here. Just using a little bit of white here. Coming in. And just use your reference, right, as best as you can. And you already have the shadow marks marked off for you, so you don't have to guess too much. You just gotta kind of follow the lines pretty much. So okay, that's pretty much it for all of that. And what I'm gonna do, the whole thing here is that you could change the color of his outfit if you wanted to. I think I like it, the yellow, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and take all this off. So ya aquí ya podemos quitar todo lo que queda. There, we're gonna go ahead and take it all off, because we gotta fill it all in with yellow. Now again, we're using transparent yellow, so you don't have to worry about it going over the black. But you do have to worry about it changing the color on your skin stuff, right? So you might want to, if you're not good at controlling your overspray, I would recommend like this piece here, right? Maybe we want to put that back in. So si no son muy buenos a controlar su aire o donde se va su pintura, es muy bueno poner para atrás sus plantillas antes de seguir coloreando, ¿verdad? Para que no les cambie el color, el amarillo, que aquí ya vamos a seguir con amarillo, right? So we're going to start with yellow, and yellow has a great yellowing effect, obviously, and we don't want that over all our nice skin that we just worked so hard to paint. We want to keep that protected, keep it secret, keep it safe, you know, that whole deal. So we're going to cover all this up. And his neck here is not nose. What I do with his neck? Did I scrunch it up already? Oh man. I think that's the... That's his hair. Oh, his neck is so many pieces now, I remember now. Okay, we'll just use the curve for this, but I'm gonna switch to the yellow. So aquí va a cambiar el amarillo. And I'm just gonna start off by filling off these pieces over here. I'm gonna cover his face, and these pieces over here that I do have the covers for, I'm just gonna start by filling those in with yellow. Eso, en estas áreas donde sí tengo el cubrimiento, le voy a empezar, pues nomás le voy a rellenar con negro, tapando la cara para que la cara no quede amarilla. Same thing over here. I'm gonna take my shield here. I'm just gonna kind of best as I can. And I'm just gonna slowly fill this one in because I don't know what happened to my neck. I'm just gonna start filling all this in right here. We have his arm, so we can go ahead and kind of fill that in. And I would say it's a good idea to just fill the whole thing in with yellow, because yellow is one of those things, if you don't shade it right with the yellow, it's not going to be noticeable that it's shaded. It's just going to kind of look kind of bland. So I would say it's better to just fill it with yellow, and then we're going to come back in and build the tones and stuff on top of the yellow. It's easier and faster that way, and it creates better results. So I'm just using my shield here to kind of make sure I don't get no yellow everywhere. There you go, get it all filled in, make sure it's filled in evenly, make sure it's dry. Once it's dry, we're going to switch to brown. So aquí vamos a cambiar al café otra vez. Right, and we're going to start building all his shirt up. And using our stencil here, right, we're going to start over here. This area here has lots of bends. Start building it up with the French curve. And use your reference, right? If you want to get a good effect going, is use your reference and see what bends are in the reference and kind of use those to replicate onto your picture. So aquí ya le vamos a dar la forma de la tela, ¿verdad? Y usando la referencia es muy bueno hacer las mismas dobladas que se ven en la foto de referencia. Right now, all I'm doing is adding those same little bends in there. It might take a little bit of time, but you take the time and you'll have a pretty good little picture when you're done. And, I usually go silent during these areas because it's just a little bit of a thought process here. Trying to figure out what goes where, right? But that's where these little nice sharp curves come in. Good. So we're just gonna use those. Alright, you can see it starts building up pretty quick. Once you get past all the little bends, you can really get in there and add some bigger ones. You don't have to use the stencil for all of them, right? Some of them are just in there really lightly. So usando la curva aquí usamos para hacer la forma de la camisa y todas las dobladuras que tiene la camisa. Pero no cada dobladura tiene que usar forma, ¿verdad? Unas son a mano libre, otras son con forma. Y a veces son forma y un poco de mano libre combinados para darle la doblada al material aquí, ¿verdad? Let's look at line go down the back here. There you go. Now what we're going to do is come back in with gray. Maybe some of these we want to just, bring them out a little bit. Aquí ya regresamos con el gris. Y tal vez una de estas las queremos resaltar un poco más, ¿verdad? Queremos que resalte esa sombra. Right? Not all shadows are created equal. Some are darker than others. And just throwing the gray over the yellow and over the brown like that gives it a more like a fabric shadow look. And it really makes it look kind of cool. So you can also use the gray to come in here and create some of those nice fine lines, those sharp bends, right, in the fabric. So el gris sirve muy bien con echándolo sobre el amarillo y sobre el café para hacer unas formas muy finas, definidas, ¿verdad? Y hace que se mire mejor la forma de la textura aquí combinado con el amarillo y el café. And I'm just kind of working it in wherever I see Sometimes you gotta use your imagination a little bit too, or maybe you wanna just change it up from the picture because the picture's blurry or something, you know? That's fine too. Go ahead and take this off. Right here, there's a shadow. Play in the sombra. Build that shadow up. Right, not everything has a really hard edge. Right, some stuff is soft, and it's important to go back and add those soft edges. And the gray is good because you can build it up, right? It starts off light, but the more you go back over an area, the darker it'll get. So you can build up a tone in an area without having to commit right away. That's all we're doing, is just building it up little by little. There we go. And so the same thing for these, right? If you want to, I just like kind of going down the middle with the gray. And that makes them look round. Same thing on this side, kind of go around there. But then we're going to add the shadow right to this finger here. So aquí le vamos a dar una sombra al dedo. And we want that to be kind of soft in there, right? We don't want that to be hard. And then we're going to define our string. Give some definition to our string here. Y vamos a hacer un poco de definición aquí a la cuerda. Just like that. A little bit more on that shadow there. Simple, quick, effective, and I believe we are done. We could, and actually I am gonna go back and add some hair, but I think I'll do that after I take off all the frisket. So ya aquí ya podemos quitar nuestro frisket. Bam. There's our Bruce Lee. Right. But what I'm going to do is come back in with the black. So aquí yo ya voy a regresar con el negro y le voy a empezar a dar más detalle a su pelo, ¿verdad? So I'm just going to come back in with some really nice fine lines and just maybe add a little bit of detail to his hair there, just along the edges here. And that'll break up the hard edge of the stencil, right? And that'll make it look kind of more, little bit more realistic. Again, we're not going for hyper-realism. This is just kind of more like a standard portrait. There you go. Maybe. I just want to hit a little bit of white on his nose. Just bring it out now that I can see the background white. I can see it's just not bright enough. This is when all this comes in handy right here. Come in and detail it. And I'm kind of sad they didn't have HD when Bruce Lee was alive. But there you go, guys. I hope you guys like it. I hope to help some of you guys out. And we'll see you guys in the next video. So ahí está, amigos. Ojalá les guste. Ojalá les ayude. Nos vemos en el video que sigue. Como siempre, no se olviden que todos los links están abajo en la descripción. Usando todos esos links ayuda al canal, ayuda a traerles más videos como este. Si tienen sugerencias de qué quieren ver que pinte en el video próximo, déjenos en los comentarios de este video. So as always, don't forget all these links are down in the description. Using the links helps the channel bring you more videos like this. If you have something you want to see painted, a suggestion or something, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. I'll be checking those out and kind of taking a look at them. I don't know what to paint, so it helps me out. It helps know what you guys want to see. And yeah, as always, I hope that helps you guys out. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Later.